Yo, what is happening, everyone? Welcome to the Lifting Ugly podcast. Podcast so fresh, there is no Ziploc needed. And today, as you can see at this moment, is a podcast where I am so alone that even single independent women on Facebook feel bad for me. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know why it's just me. I have not heard any reason. As I talked to Alkai yesterday, everything seemed cool. But I'm sure he had a long night. And if he was on here, he'd say, couldn't sleep in bed at the bar, blah, blah, blah. And whatever the fuck he would have to say. Anyway, he ain't here, so we can talk shit about him. You have anything you want to say, talk shit about Alkai? Feel free to put it on there. I can be a little bit more interactive because I don't have to worry about kind of going back and forth on that. Not like I worry about it like it's a bad thing. Anyway, he's not here right now. We'll see if his little bitch ass jumps on at some point during the time that I'm on here. So I didn't want to delay it, waiting for a response to see what's going on. Hopefully it's nothing bad. If it is something bad, then I still won't feel too bad because, he didn't tell me anything. Just shoot me a message. Let me know what's up. So anyway, welcome everyone. Let's see where we start. My name is Craig Bird. The man that is not next to me is Alkai, who should be here next to me. I am coming to you live if you're on right now, not live if you're listening and watching or streaming this later, from Monument Fitness in Grand Junction, Colorado. That is on the western side, close to the Utah border. You can visit us at monument.fitness on Instagram. You can search Monument Fitness on Facebook. You can kind of just check things out there. If you want, go to monumentfitness.com. You can check it out there as well. I don't post a lot on the page. I've been dedicating most of my time to the Lifting Ugly part of things. So I have kind of neglected that area. But you can check it out if you're ever traveling through the area. Make sure you get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me at searching anything Lifting Ugly, at lifting_ugly on Instagram. Search Lift or Lifting Ugly pretty much anywhere. You can leave a message, send me a message. And if you're around the area, then we can get you into Monument Fitness. Also, we do every week, as a lot of you watching know, we do the Lifting Ugly Face of the Week, and submissions for that can be sent through Instagram. I did make an executive decision this week on a winner, and I don't think anyone will have a problem with it once I get there, but I'm not there yet. We'll get to that later. So, I know everyone's all ramped up. I can tell. Just hold your horses. We'll get to that point eventually. If anyone does want to go talk to Alkai, if you want to send him a message about bitching out on the podcast, about not communicating properly, about any of those things, or if you want to send him positive messages, I'm sure he would be grateful for that as well. And you can do so at Pico, PIKO _ powerlifting, and that is spelled how it's spelled. I shouldn't need to spell that one out for you. You can get a hold of him there. You can send him a message at his cyber terrorist network if you are already connected to it, which is Bellies Out Benching, I believe, is what he has it at now, which suits him well, since every time he lays down on a bench, his little Buddha belly pokes out and gives a show to everyone so everyone can watch. It's just super exciting. So that's where I'm at, where I'm coming from. If Alkai was here, he's in San Diego, but he's not here, and I'm assuming he's still in San Diego. Last I heard, anyway. And so, this is the hard part for me, being by myself, because usually at this time, I ask him about how his week has gone. I give a little insight on how my week's gone, but I'm going to assume anyone listening, watching, your week has gone well. Your lifts have gone well. If things haven't gone your way, maybe check on some of our other videos that we put out, our other podcasts, and maybe something that we say there can help you out, kind of getting over that whole thing. So I would just assume you guys care about how my week went, and so I'm going to tell you, it was okay. Nothing crazy. Did some decent squats on Monday. Got benched reps at 315 on on Wednesday, which for my shoulder is pretty good. I felt okay about that. And then I did post the video of my pull-ups, which I did just because, like I said, I've had 2 or 3 people ask me about me doing pull-ups. I've done them before. It's been a long ass time since I've done pull-ups. So I thought I'd just give it a whirl. I felt pretty good. So I gave it a shot, got through my first 6, jumped in on the next 6, and felt a nice little pain just on outward of my armpit, like towards the back. So anyway, kind of pulling on my tricep and on my lat a little bit. So I did the next couple reps just to kind of see what was happening, and decided that I better stop. So I don't know what that is. You get something worked out. Hopefully it doesn't seem to be anything too serious. I did deadlift yesterday. I did stiff bar. Oh yeah, damn Alkai, that's right. So I'm gonna make sure that that's pointed out to him. People are disappointed in him. So anyway, I did stiff bar deads, stiff bar banded deads. And did that with my deadlifts yesterday. Everything felt okay. Just doing tricep work. Tricep work is the only thing that really kind of tugs on that area, for the time being. So I'll just kind of watch that, see how it goes, see maybe if I can find someone to help me work that issue out and get it feeling a little bit better. This time, I'm going to jump in, and I want anyone that listens. Well, first, since I'm talking about listeners, our Facebook views have been increasing, which is awesome. So welcome to anyone who's new, who's watching this for the first time, who's, new to the Lifting Ugly podcast. We appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you find some enjoyment in it. Lifting Ugly is not technique of how you lift and lifting ugly. It's about the getting past wanting to look good while you lift, and getting past the comfortable points where your face kind of just contorts into, just whatever nasty look naturally comes about from straining to get those last reps in, to get that heavy single, whatever it is. That's what lifting ugly is getting ugly, getting dirty, and grinding out your top sets. So welcome to anyone who's new. If this is your first one that you've jumped on, this is number 19. So make sure you check out some of our previous ones. And again, hopefully you can find something beneficial or entertaining, even if it's not beneficial, at least maybe it's entertaining a little bit, out of any of those, and this one as well. And just check those out. But for all you listening, any who are watching, you need to go, if you have not already, and even if you have already, you need to go back to our friends at Pioneer Lifting, which you can get a hold of them at generalleathercraft.com as their website, where you can check out all their belts, custom belts that they do. I mean, they do some of the sickest designs. So a lot of belts that you see that other companies are putting up for sale on their websites that kind of have cool designs. A lot of those have been done by Pioneer. Those are Pioneer belts. You can get yours customized the way you want. You can get the leather looking the way you want, suede. I've seen a snake skin. There's glittery ones. There's all sorts of stuff. You can get them customized to the embroidery that they have on the back. You can get embroidery on the inside, stitching color, buckle color. All that can be customized. Obviously for a price. If you're looking for a nice, the best quality belt that you can at a little bit less expensive price, you can get one of their stock belts and order those directly offline. 10 millimeter, 13 millimeter. If you're looking for the powerlifting belt, you can get their latch. You can get the regular buckle. You can get the Pioneer cut, which has the holes every half inch. All those belts are available at generalleathercraft.com from Pioneer Lifting. Make sure while you're there, check out all the other stuff that they have available. Lifting straps, wraps, soon to be knee sleeves. I believe elbow sleeves as well are in the works. Let's see what else they got. Dog collars, which we always jump on the dog collars just because it's kind of a I mean, they're just cool dog collars. You can also get wallets, golf club head covers. I mean, they've got a wide variety of things at generalleathercraft.com. But if you're just into strict the lifting part, and you just want the best belt on the market, best looking, best quality belt on the market, go to generalleathercraft.com, pick up a Pioneer lifting belt. Do that. For any graphics needs, so if you're looking to get some, I don't know, a logo of some kind, if you're looking to start your own thing, if you're looking for art in general, if you're looking for help with website design, go visit my man at zontopia.com. You can get at Zontopia on most of his social media, and he can hook you up there. Make sure you visit us. Check out patreon.com/liftingugly. We have different tiers there that you can jump on and you can subscribe. Some of them include you being able to receive stuff from them, and it just kind of helps support us in this podcast. So I can't get too mad at Alkai for not being here, although he did make a commitment. It's not like he's getting paid for this as of yet, because we don't have people donating money, and so it's sad for him. Sad guy. He's entertaining everyone, and he's getting nothing in return except for the satisfaction of being able to entertain the masses, which should be enough for him. But we're going to pretend it's because he's not getting paid today, so that way maybe it sounds a little bit better on his behalf. But then he sounds like he's just kind of a money whore, which he might be. But if he ever jumps on, we can ask him about that. If not, then we're just going to assume that that's the case. So make sure you go to patreon.com/liftingugly. Check out the different tiers that we have available there. You can donate if you don't trust Patreon for whatever reason. If you just want to do a one-time donation, you can do so through the website at liftingugly.com. While you're at liftingugly.com, make sure you check out all the cool apparel that we have. This lovely hat I have on, I believe that design is available. I have my Lakers inspired, there we go, that Lifting Ugly lifter shirt. Instead of a basketball, has a nice plate design on the back. See how clever that is? We have clever shit like that all throughout the website. Deadlifters one is still one of my favorite ones. We have some new ones that dropped last week. We have the, Die Big, Die Strong Diana Ball. We have the All Natty Light shirt that just went up last week. And I do have new shirts this week as well. Not new shirts. A new shirt design this week that is going to be a very limited run. I may extend it through the end of the month, but it is really towards the middle of the month that this is going to be something that you guys will be good for. But especially for any of our Irish heritage folks, for anybody who wants to pretend to be Irish, at least for one day, we know that day is coming up. The day where everyone pretends to be a drunk Irishman. St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Also, the birthday of my youngest daughter, who used to be a tiny little leprechaun and now is growing up, unfortunately. Anyway, this one is specially designed for St. Patrick's Day and for Irish people there. We have our Lifting Lucky, Lifting Ugly t-shirt that will be available as soon as the podcast is over. I would guess roughly in the next, it's just me, next 20, 30 minutes, podcast will be over. I will jump on there. I will make this available and active as of today. So if you want to get just cool little 4-leaf clover design of Lifting Ugly, you can jump on there and do that. We have the t-shirt. I was going to do a long sleeve shirt, but all the long sleeve shirts are out. So I might do a crew neck sweatshirt or a zip up hoodie, maybe change things up. We'll see. I will add another one, something with long sleeves as well as a t-shirt that will be available for the Lifting Ugly, Lifting Lucky t-shirt for St. Patrick's Day, or for fans of 4-leaf clovers, fans of being lucky, fans of getting lucky, fans of all kinds that just enjoy a nice green leaf on their shirt. Or if you just like green, hell, I don't care. I will just like you to buy it. So how about that? Because like Alkai, I am also a money whore. I don't care why you want to buy it. Maybe you hate Irish people. Maybe you hate clovers. I don't know. And you want to buy it and burn it. Go for it. As long as you buy it first. I care less what you do with it. But if you support and wear it out, then that means so much more to us from the bottom of our hearts. All right, so we got the shirt drop. So, as I said, the face of the week, I made an executive decision on who I was going to have win. I had lots of good submissions. Those submissions will be held over to next week to be put to a vote. Yeah, it's funny. So, the person that won, I got a hold of them. I said, hey, I want to make an executive decision to just declare you the winner. Is that okay? Or would you rather go head to head with everyone else who submitted? And they said, I don't care what you do. I'm going to win anyway. So between the submission, between the person and their confident attitude, I went ahead and just declared her the winner. Her name is Bella. So let me give you some background before I show you the picture. Bella, and this, I had somebody claim that this is favoritism. It is not favoritism. She is the daughter of Selena, who was a guest on the program, who is one of the chairs of the WRPF, but that is not why I made the executive decision. Bella is 14 years old. Bella has competed in powerlifting. She competed in her high school wrestling team this year. She has a squat. Remember, 14 years old. She has a squat of 200 pounds, a bench of 126, and a deadlift of 220. All right. Now, those are good numbers for, those are decent numbers for a lot of women I've seen at meets, and the numbers that they put up. Not bad. She at 14, she's already killing it. And that's like not even full-time training in powerlifting. So impressive numbers, cool background. She's young. She grinds. Here's the picture. That's Bella right there, grinding out that deadlift at 14 years old. I mean, come on. You guys really think that you would have beat that? For those of you who submitted, like I said in my my post last night, I did everyone a favor by just declaring her a winner, because I'd have put you guys up there. She would have just smoked you, and then it would have been over. Because that face from a 14-year-old just grinding it out, that's what it's all about. So anyone who's wondering, that you can see Bella's face here, that's what Lifting Ugly is all about. And that's why we do the face of the week, is to highlight somebody that really is pushing beyond that comfort zone and going and just getting grimy with it. That's what Lifting Ugly is all about. That's why she is the winner this week. So everyone, let's give applause to Bella. Woo! Yippee! Good job. Single person applause for her. All right. So yes, as Ethan said, she is definitely that was a hands down winner, and I couldn't subject everyone else to just getting a loss like that. So cool girl. It'll be fun to kind of see the progress that she makes as she goes through. Anyone listening who's after the fact, that if you're listening from streaming, I will post that at lifting_ugly Instagram page. I'll be posting that with her stats after I get done here, and that way, we can everyone can kind of see how dope she is, and more reasons why she went ahead and took that. So we're just kind of flying through today. I mean, 20 minutes in, I was expecting a back and forth through want to talk about Arnold and the strongman competition that's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my opinion on Arnold, not necessarily even just the Arnold competition, the stuff that he has going on, but as a person. I don't know him as a person. I shouldn't say as a person, as I perceive. And then on the strongman competition and how that's gone so far for this year's Arnold Classic. I used to always want to go to the Arnold class. Like, just I want to be a part of it. I want to go check it out, check out the expos, check out the shows. The one thing, not the one, the many things about this that I thought were so much better than a lot of the other events that were put on was, I've talked about before. I started in the bodybuilding world, and so that's where I knew of the Arnold was the guys competing in uh, for the bodybuilding title for the Arnold. It was basically, runner up, what you wanted, after the Olympia. So not only does he have that, then you add in the fact that he's got the strongman events where you have the top, strongest people in the world competing, and just some of the coolest events. They do CrossFit was if you're one of those people that are into CrossFit. Hey, they've got that. They do regular weightlifting. So that all your Olympic lifting, anyone who's into Olympic lifting, they have that competition. He's got arm wrestling. He's got a ton of other stuff that's included in this weekend that he does his Arnold. So it's just really cool because it highlights a lot of sports that don't get highlighted, and it highlights bodybuilding, which, as I discussed before, is not a sport, but still gets highlighted at the Arnold. But don't get me wrong, it is still not a sport. It is a pageant. So they're up there parading around. That's fine. That's what they want to do. I'm gonna let I'm still not going to give them the title of a sport, regardless. I don't think anyone can talk me into it. If anyone wants to try, go for it. So anyone who's kind of paid attention as things have gone on, Arnold has made comments over the last little while that have kind of not sat well with a lot of people. I've never been the biggest fan of his as a person. I've watched his movies have been cool, and I have no problem watching those. They're fun. The action's cool. His personal life that comes out, and from things I've heard from other people, he's a huge dick. Um, Very full of himself, obviously. For good reason. He's had a lot of success in his life. I kind of look at him as he's a lab rat. That's what he was created. He was created to be who he is, and he's made the best of that opportunity. So I'll give him credit for that. But you know, one thing that I found out that kind of irked me from the beginning was CBS was picking up. I can't remember if it was the Olympia or Mr. Universe contest. Anyway, back in like I think it was 78 or 79. Arnold had already won, a few Olympias. He wasn't going to compete in this one. CBS picked up the contract. They were broadcasting it on national television, and that's where it was heading. And so I want to say it was the Olympia because I'm pretty sure the IFBB called Arnold, told him they wanted him to compete because they wanted that name attached to the televised event, and they gave him the title, and he did not earn it. He didn't look the best. He got beat by at least three other guys because he wasn't prepped properly. But they gave it to him because he's Arnold, and Arnold deserved to win because his name's Arnold. So what did I do? TV people got pissed. TV people pulled their contract. No more strength. Wait, I'm going to say it. I don't mean it's a sport still. No more strength sports on national television from that point because of bodybuilding. One more reason why they're not a sport. They're a pageant. They ruined it for everyone. Luckily now we get to watch all the cool events take place. We can watch them on YouTube or whatever they decide to let them be streamed on. So that way we can watch all the strongman events. We can watch powerlifting meets. I mean, they stream all those, depending on which ones you want to watch. And it's pretty dope that we get to do that. So he ruined it for a long time, but they found a way around him. And then, all the stuff with his nanny and his illegitimate kid, and everyone does things and makes mistakes, but man, he's just an unapologetic dick. Doesn't care about anything, doesn't care who he hurts along the way, doesn't care about anything. And then people just fawn over him like he's the greatest bodybuilder that's ever lived on this planet. And he's not. He had great aesthetics, but compared to a lot of the people we have nowadays who have great aesthetics and are bigger than he is, come on now. He ain't the greatest ever. Just knock that shit off. It's just nostalgia. People just can't get over that whole thing. Anyway, his event is dope. The Arnold Classic. He put together a great event. Bodybuilding, I think they've done pre-judging. I didn't watch that. I might check it out tonight to see kind of who wins and how that goes, just because. But I did watch some of the strongman events that took place last night, and I mean, these guys are nuts, just absolutely insane. The first event that they had last night, I think they called it the double T squat, double T bar squat, something like that. And so, anyways, it looked like a giant sized buffalo bar that they had, and they're in full knee wraps, squat suits, and all that. Strongmen can get completely geared up. Their rules are a lot different than powerlifting rules. And the more I watch it, the more I realize how different even squats, their deadlifts, and all that are just completely different. So they had this one. If anyone didn't watch, you go check it out. It's pretty cool to watch just because the weight is insane. But they set up the pads. Basically, instead of like a safety bar or safety straps, they put pads on the outside for two reasons. One is to catch the giant amount of weight if they fail. And the other reason is because they have to squat down to the pads before they can come back up. There was just kind of around, but there's a guy from Canada, PF Caron, something like that. I think so. I think it's Pierre Francois. Anyway, giant ass Canadian. He was. I think there were three guys competing that did all three of their attempts before he even got to the weight for his first attempt. And I think he scaled it back at the end, and he squatted something like 960 something. So that was super impressive. One that kind of came out of nowhere is, shoot, why can't I remember his name? Kearney. Kearney came out of nowhere a little bit, and he's he's self-proclaimed and proclaimed by everyone now as the world's strongest gay. So Kearney went out there, got second place in the squat. And it's funny because my wife was like, well, maybe there's a gay person somewhere else that's stronger than him. And I was, well, ain't nobody stepped up to try and challenge him to take his world's strongest gay crown away from him. So, and with the show he put on last night, I don't think anyone's going to step up to him soon. I mean, he's one of the top percentages strongest people in the world, let alone, you want to narrow that down to gay people as he did. I'm not going to try and take that crown from him. So Rob Kearney, you by all means are more than welcome to be the world's strongest gay. If you as you have proclaimed, you've earned it as far as I'm concerned. So Rob Kearney did get second place in the squat. There's good showing by Novikov, who is from the Ukraine, which I was a little interested to see how he'd perform with everything that's going on. But he had a good showing from the squat. Bobby Thompson, there's a lot of good names in this event. And what's kind of cool is we're missing all the previous top guys. So there's no Brian Shaw, there's no Hafthor Bjornsson. These guys that won every year, they're not there. So we get to have, some popular names that have not really won get to be a part of this. And so it's really fun to watch. Second event that they did, I can't remember what they call it. Basically, it's the circus dumbbell press. So single arm press overhead, and then it's a 275 pound dumbbell per reps in 90 seconds. And that's Novikov had. I mean, he killed everyone and just rocked 7 reps in 90 seconds, which was insane. And then again, you have Kearney coming in getting second in that dumbbell press event, which then put him into first place for the event. So at the end of last night, the world's strongest gay was proven in first place as the world's strongest man overall. So he had a good showing last night, and he said he had a torn tricep, I think, a couple years ago, testicular cancer less than a year ago that he was dealing with. And so he just said he wanted to come out and put on a good show. And I mean, I'd say so far he's put on a hell of a show. Like as I was jumping on, they were on the um, what do they call it? The Australian oak log press. And so they were doing that, and that's for max weight, and they were working through that. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how that day develops. But if you get a chance, check out some of the highlights. I mean, you don't have to watch it live because there's a lot of downtime in between with setups and everything. But if you watch some of the highlights or the condensed versions of these events, man, it's just really cool. These guys are they're freaks. It is a freak show, and that's what everyone wants. Everyone can, oh, well, I'm all natty, this and that, and this is that. This is cheating. That whatever anyone wants to say, is just complete garbage. Because at the end of the day, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's powerlifting, whether it's strongman, any of those, really in any sport or anything like that, it doesn't even have to be a sport. Anything, everyone wants to see the freaks. You go to a poker, you watch poker on ESPN. If you want, for the people who actually like watching that, they want to see that freak poker player that that's the best at it. And so as we watch strongman competitions, as we watch the powerlifting meets, that's what we want to see. We want to see the freaking natures that are just pushing and pulling the weight that just we couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine squatting 900 pounds. I especially couldn't imagine pressing 275 over my head with two arms, let alone with one. I mean, my shoulders are so wrecked. Just pushing my hand overhead without anything in it is a nightmare for me. And that's with no weight at all, just my own weight. So make sure you check out those strongman events. The weightlifting takes place on Sunday, which is Olympic style weightlifting. So that should be pretty cool for everyone to watch as well. You can see some freak shows in that. The men's, women's category, the women's strongman, strong woman, I guess, as I should say, is also going on. The top woman, what's her name? Ilsa, something like. Anyway, the top woman's she's just blowing everyone else out of the water. It's like I said, they're all freaks. They're freaks of nature, and it's fun to watch the freaks of nature perform and wish that we could also be freaks of nature to go along with that. So make sure you check those out. Make sure you check out any like powerlifting meets, strongman meets that take place in your area. So anytime you see those going by, man, stop by, check them out, support the athletes that have worked hard to get there, support the vendors and the sponsors that put money and time, and the promoters that put the money and time into it. Let them know that they're all appreciated for what they do, and the time and the effort and everything that they put into that. It's well deserved. And on that note, Lifting Ugly, I've talked about kind of some of the events that we're sponsoring. We're going to be sponsoring the Crown Mountain Championship Strongman event, which takes place May 11th in Superior, Colorado. It will be at an event center in Superior, Colorado, that will be running alongside with the Branch Warren Classic Bodybuilding Show. So both of those will be going on at the same time at the same place, working together to kind of create a huge event for everyone. So if you're in around the Eastern Colorado area, make sure you stop by and check that out. It should be a pretty good time. Lifting Ugly will be a sponsor there. We will not have a booth there, but we will be a sponsor. I'm going to be helping out with the events, so I won't really have time to run a booth and help out. And so I just kind of did a smaller tier thing. I will be having giveaways for the people that are competing, discounts for all competitors. I'm going to be doing giveaways for the top performers, which will include, a shirt, a hat, something like that. I also did get Insane Labs to piggyback off of my sponsorship, and they will be sending me some pre-workouts, some smelling salts, some bags. They're going to be sending me just kind of a handful of things to be able to give away with my own stuff as well. So Lifting Ugly will be providing a little bit extra on top of what we normally would have, thanks to our friends over at Insane Labs. So that Crown Mountain Strongman does take place on May 11th On June 4th is the Be Strong powerlifting meet that is at the Be Strong Strength and Conditioning gym. I don't know why I blanked out for a second. Be Strong Strength and Conditioning gym that is, I believe, in or around Wheat Ridge, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver. So that will be on June 4th. We will be a sponsor there. We will have a booth there. We are contributing money that will go for prize money. I will also have giveaways for the top male and female lifter there that will include Lifting Ugly, and again, will also include some Insane Labs stuff that they're sending as well. The following weekend is June 11th, if I'm counting my days correctly, 4th to the 11th. Oh, shit. Then I have hold on. The Crown Mountain is on the 7th. Sorry. Crown Mountain is May 7th. Be Strong, June 4th. June 11th is the Black Hills Classic in Rapid City, South Dakota, where Lifting Ugly will be a sponsor. Lifting Ugly will have a booth. Lifting Ugly will have prizes for top male and female lifter. Lifting Ugly will also provide Insane Labs products for the top male and female lifter. Also, myself as a coach with Lifting Ugly, with Monument Fitness, Monumental Powerlifting, I will have 2 competitors at the Rapid City or at the Black Hills Classic in Rapid City, South Dakota on June 11th. I will have 2 competitors there that we will be putting on a good showing and help with a good show that, you know, is inevitable when you have Al from Squat to Depth putting on those events. It's inevitable that it will be an amazing show. So those are 3 upcoming events that Lifting Ugly will be a part of. If you're in or around those areas, make sure you check them out. Make sure you come say what's up. I'd like to meet a lot of you that have kind of jumped on board, even the silent ones that have jumped on board. You know, just say, hey, guys, checking you out on whatever. It's greatly appreciated. I besides any of the shit that I talk at any point, all listeners, people who watch, everything it's greatly appreciated. And I have nothing but love for all of you. This is the point where I'd usually do white lights, red lights. I don't have anyone to play with. I'm all alone. And playing it, can I play by myself? Can I play white lights, red lights by myself? Would that even, let me try it. All right. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our game show that we do every week on Lifting Ugly Podcast. It is White Lights, Red Lights. Anyone who is not familiar, I'm not going to set the stage quite as well as what Alkai might do. In a powerlifting meet, when you go and you do your squat, your bench, or your deadlift, you know if you had a successful attempt, if you get 3 white lights, that is deemed a perfect lift. Full depth, full control, racking, timing, you're listening to the judges, to the officials, all that was on point. 3 white lights. 2 white lights, successful lift. Maybe you missed a little something. Maybe one of the officials saw something. Anyway, they gave you a red light. You got 2 white lights. That's all right. You still are good. Still a passing lift. 1 white light, which is also equal to 2 red lights, is a fail. That means overall you missed a couple things. You know, try harder next time. 3 red lights, obviously, you just shit the bed. No good. Try again next time. Thank you for coming. Adios. That's how it rolls. So 3 white lights are good. 3 red lights are bad. What we're going to do again this week, we did last week as well. We did a versus. This was kind of last minute for me coming up with this. I'm not going to lie. So I got ice cream flavors. You guys can play along at home as I read these verses off. And we're going to do kind of tournament style because this is just going to go quick anyway. So first up, we have classic chocolate versus classic vanilla. And despite how you may think of the original, I've got to go with classic vanilla just for the simple fact that if you have classic vanilla, you can add chocolate to it. You can add a lot of things to it and make it different. So it's a more versatile flavor. So I'm going to go vanilla on that one. Next up, we have mint chip versus Rocky Road. This one to me is a little bit tougher. I do enjoy both, but I think I'm going to have to give the edge to mint chip because it has a refreshing effervescence to it. It makes you feel alive and like you're in the cool mountains. Even if you are in the cool mountains, it'll make you feel like you're in cooler mountains. So I'm going to go mint chip on that one. Next one, I'm not a huge fan of either. Pistachio versus cherry. It's going to go to pistachio. Like I said, I was kind of rushed on this one. So some of these aren't the best choices ever. Last one would be a peanut butter cup flavored ice cream versus a fudge version of chocolate. My vote's always going to go towards peanut butter. So PB Cup wins. Round 2. I know this is super exciting. You guys are just like on pins and needles for this shit. So I'm going to cruise through. Round 2. We'll go. Man, this is pretty. They're pretty much going to take the cake on this one. We got vanilla versus mint chip. I'm going mint chip over vanilla. What you got? Let me know. Pistachio PB Cup. PB Cup takes that one all day. Now what? Now we got finals. Comes down to, ladies and gentlemen, we have in the blue corner, we have mint chip with its freshness, with its effervescence, deliciousness, all rolled into one container. In the red corner, we have a peanut butter cup with its savoriness of the peanuts, the sweetness of the chocolate, the deliciousness of the combination of the two. Who will come out on top? I'm not going to make a decision. Anyone listening to this, let me know what you think. And the overall championship, mint chip versus peanut butter cup. If you so care to let me know who you think should win, that'd be great. If not, I understand. You know, it is what it is. I'll get over it. I may be sad for a minute. Anyway, everyone, thanks for joining me. Anyone who jumped on and watched live, I appreciate you being a part of this. Anyone who watches, listens later, usually we carry on for a little bit longer because usually I have somebody with me, but he bitched out, like someone like that would. And see, now dude just texted me. You're 45 minutes late and just now texting me. That's how this shit happens. Anyway, for anyone listening, make sure you go to generalleathercraft.com. General Leathercraft is the website where you get your Pioneer lifting belts. Make sure you check out the Pioneer lifting belts, get custom belts, get their stock belts, get wrist wraps, lifting straps, get it all at Pioneer Lifting. Get your Pioneer lifting belts at generalleathercraft.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me, sticking this one out with me. I promise you an episode every week. Didn't work out with both of us this week. I tried to do my best to carry you through on my own. Hopefully it was okay. Next week, we will see you for our 20th episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here.
Oh, no. Slide that belly to the I pay my dues, refuse to lose. So fuck the blues, ain't your bad news. You can trip if you choose. While I sip booze on a 7-day cruise in Louis Vuitton shoes with floozies by the tubes. The good life, talking about the good life. Live it up for a little while, then go.